I'm Watanabe Shinji, Kudo Daidojiku Shihan. The video this time is a continuation of the previous one, a comparison between Kudo and Karate. In the previous article, we looked at the difference in concepts between Kudo and Karate through postures. This time, let's compare the two martial arts through punching and kicking techniques. Then, check it out. Oath. Then, let's start with an explanation of the punching techniques of Kudo. Azuma Sensei, the founder of Kudo, learned Judo first, then Kyokushin Karate, and then he created Kudo by taking from boxing the techniques for attacking the face with the hands that Kyokushin Karate competition lacks. So, at first glance, Kudo's punch techniques looks similar to boxing, but its difference. The main difference between boxing and Kudo is whether or not there are kicks. And another big difference is whether you wear gloves or bare hands. And that difference is at the same time the difference between boxing and karate. So you can see various karate elements in Kudo's punching style, which looks like boxing at first glance. Oath. Now, first, the straight punch. Generally speaking, a straight punch, as described in boxing textbook, is like this. You turn your body horizontally on the central axis and strike. However, generally in Kudo, this way is not favored. Well, of course, there are thousands of different theories in boxing or even in Kudo. So maybe there are some coaches and senseis who recommend this way. But I do not recommend it. In fact, very few people use the straight punch of this way. In actual Kudo competitions, I think so, because you can't generate big power with this method. When you rotate your body on the central axis, when the right half of your body moves forward, the left half moves backward with the same weight and speed. As a result, you have zero total power to move forward. However, in boxing, this is okay. It's like throwing the weight of the gloves off your body. The impact force is a multiplication of speed and weight, right? Make the speed by turning your body on the central axis, and the weight is made by the gloves, so you can still generate a punch power. And the body is stable, which gives you an advantage also in making a series of punches. However, in Kudo, the fist itself is right because it's barehanded, not using gloves, so it's not so powerful because of not enough weight. So, in order to get more power from a right fist, you need to put the weight of your entire body on the fist. This is why the way of a straight punch like this is preferred in Kudo. In this case, the axis is here, not the central axis. If you use this axis, instead of the central axis. The weight of the entire body moves forward through the rotation. This move makes weight. And then I use not only horizontal rotation, but also construction and extension move. I mean, use also vertical rotation. For example, if you want to throw a ball fast or far, do you throw it from the side? Or do you throw from the top? Of course, you throw from the top, right? Or when you play tennis, you can probably hit a faster ball with a vertical, such as serve or smash, than with a horizontal move, such as a side stroke, right? In short, it's easier for the human body to exert power when it is rotated vertically than horizontally. And at this time, it's important to turn your face and head in the direction you are going to hit. The human body is designed to exert power and speed only in the direction of the face and head. This can give you power, but this doesn't give you power, does it? Or you can run fast with this, but not with that, right? So when you strike at this angle, your face and head must be facing this direction. If it's not, your punch has no big power. This is not good. By the way, there is a way in traditional karate to use this side bending movement to strike with the face and the head facing the direction of the strike. Do you know what it is? Yes, it's called Yamazuki. You can see it in kata called Pasai or Basai. Now, let's add the hook punch. In boxing, the hook is often used with a vertical fist. The basic angle of the elbow is 90 degrees. But in Kudo, this is not the way to go. First of all, the distance is too short. Kudo has kicking. The legs are longer than the arms. So, in Kudo, it's usually fought at a little further distance than in boxing that only punches are used. In Kudo, if the opponent is here, you often will choose at a different attack. So, in Kudo, also hook punches are used for a longer distance than in boxing. That's why the elbow angle is about 120 degrees instead of 90 degrees. And if you try to use the hook at this distance, the fist head will not hit correctly with a vertical fist. A horizontal fist will also not work. In either case, you will hurt your fingers. As a matter of fact, in Kudo competitions, there is a people who break their thumbs by hitting the long press at the long distance with a horizontal fist hook. So, what to do is bend your wrist so that the back of your hand is facing you and align your fist head with the target. This allows you to use hook punches at the long distance without damaging your fist. By the way, this punch is called Uraken Mawashi Uchi in Kyokushin Karate, right? Maybe it's the technique from Goju Ryu. And one more thing, when the opponent is in front of you, you need to use this way. But if the opponent moves to the side, or you move to the side, you can hit this position with hook punch by correcting fist head. And there is also a punch to hit this spot in traditional karate. Do you know what it is? Yes, it's kagizuki in kata called naihanchi or teki. Interesting, isn't it? Finally, the uppercut punch. This is also not hitting close range like in boxing. In boxing, that you fight only with punches. It is advantageous to approach your opponent in a low posture. If the opponent comes to here, you can't hit him with a straight or a hook. This is why many boxers try to stay low posture. If he comes to this position, you can't hit him. So you have to hit here with an uppercut. And when the opponent's head comes back, you can fight again with a straight or hook punch. However, in Kudo, when the opponent comes to this position, different moves are used. The opponent is far away, so if you strike in a curved line, you will not increase the distance, and your fist head will not properly meet the target in many cases. Therefore, it is necessary to strike in a slightly straight line from the bottom to the front. Yes, this is similar to the punch called urazuki or agezuki in karate. Also, how was that? In this way, if their hands are used as a prerequisite, it's not boxing punches itself. The way of classic karate striking becomes effective. Now, the next video is to compare kicks. Let's take a look at the difference in kicking methods between Kudo and Karate concepts in Ido Geiko, using the roundhouse kick and knee kick as the subjects. Please stay tuned. Os.